guys, Frank here, your virtual general aviation aviator, and today I am in the Piper, the Piper Arrow by Just Flight. Now, caveat, not even a caveat, but I did download and install the Piper Arrow by V Flight Air, and it may be because I'm so used to flying the one by just like that that's the at this point in my flying, this is the one of preference. But I am going to fly this one from Santa Maria, California to Mojave Desert. And I am going to use ATC provided by PilotEdge. Okay, so some of you guys may recognize this building at Santa Maria. Um, the other thing that I am going to do is break this video up into two parts. Generally, when I do a video, I do a whole flight, a full flight, and if I go through the chat list and then get into the air, then the video can wind up being a couple hours long. So this way, I'm hoping to shorten the videos a little bit. Okay, so yeah, the plan is to go through the checklist, and I think I do have a checklist available for this program. So for this aircraft, so I just look for open checklister, look for the checklister program, and it actually starts when I start the sim. I'm sorry, when I load the aircraft. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm inside the cockpit. Let's just do a quick walk around and make sure that there's nothing going on that's concerning. Aircraft is chalked and tied down. Pete, let's see. I'm looking for the static covers like the P-Talk cover. I don't even see that, but yeah, it is chalked and tied down. So let's go ahead and get those off. Um, yeah, I thought there was a. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. So let's get those off. Yep, and we're good to go. Okay, so go ahead and pull this guy down. And let's. Shall we do a pre-flight? Let's not. You know, in real life, I would do a complete pre-flight, but there's no real risk of death here. So, so yeah, I am not going to do the pre-flight. At least not in the sim. If I start flying in real life, I might start doing pre-flights in the sim. But yeah, basically the real excitement is to get in the air. This one has the same color scheme as the one I'm about to fly. All right, so let's go ahead and get in the cockpit. And landing gear lever is down, and parking brake is engaged. All right, and GPS is off. Well, the GPS is actually tied to the master in this aircraft. It doesn't have a GPS, a avionics bus. Let's get rid of this and zoom in a little bit. Okay, GPS transponder, it should be off. Yep, it's off. Radios are off. Let's make sure that they're all off. That one is on. That one is on, and I can actually turn these guys all off. And make sure everything's turned off here. That's actually on low, on high. Um, wow, I didn't realize all this stuff was on. Okay. All right, so we just turned all this good stuff off. The DME. I think that's this guy. Yeah, we just turned that off. Autopilot. in this aircraft. I need another cable for my Bravo. So the autopilot is off. Yep. And so yeah, magnetos are on. So let's go and turn those off. Fuel pump is off, and cabin fan switch and ventilation switch is, I really don't have to be that concerned about those, but that's I think that's in the off position. Those are off. Yep. So all switches are off. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna check off this stuff this time, but actually I can go to the next page. It doesn't really make any difference whether what state they're in. All right. So we get our pre-start going on. All right. So we can turn our master battery on and check our fuel quantity. We're going to Mojave. We've got 2 tanks, and we've got 20 gallons in each tank. And I think we should be okay, but let's just go and call the fuel truck anyway. And we get the fuel truck from the flight configurator. And just add a little bit more fuel. And that gives us right at 3 hours of flying time. And let's see, is it going to be me and a passenger? Let's make it me and a passenger. And so 283 is a good weight. And we didn't have any bags because we just going there, check out the museum, and we're coming back. All right, so we'll apply those, and that should give us a little bit more fuel. Okay. Annunciators all are illuminated. Check. And auxiliary fuel is let's see. So auxiliary fuel is unlit. Yep. That's checked. Emergency ELT. And boy, I had the hardest time finding this guy one time, but yeah, it's right here, and that is armed. And controls. Let's make sure our controls are free and correct. Come on, guy. All right, let's just box it. And they are free and correct, even though I'm getting this flickering that might be from that cable that I need to replace on the alpha yoke. Okay, rudder trim needs to be neutral. It usually always is, and elevator trim is over here between the seats, and let's trim that up a little to more for takeoff. All right, if we have too much up, then she wants to spring off the runway. All right. Okay, and let's get back over here. All right. And landing lights, 3 in the green. You can see them down there. And flaps. So let's just test our flaps. All right, all 3 positions, and yep, flaps looking good. All right, and these are manual flaps. They are not like the Cessna. Well, I got a servo motor that's lifting them up and down. All right, so I've tested them down and up. Okay, so let's get a flight plan in. And the flight today is to start out at Santa Maria, then we'll fly to the Fellows VOR. Let me pop that out for your benefit. And there's Fellows. Okay. And then we want to go to uh, Tahachapi. Tahachapi is, I think it's an Indian pronunciation. I have to see it to pronounce it. Tahachapi Municipal TSP, and then on to Mojave. Okay, Mojave, and that needs the K in it. And Mojave. Okay, so that's our flight plan. All right. Okay. And it says transmit. So what we need to do is actually connect to our network. Um, and we'll go ahead and do that now. Actually, what I need, where I need to transmit it really and truthfully is on the PilotEdge website. And like I said, ATC will be provided by PilotEdge. So just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. There it is. Yeah, PilotEdge. All right. And Pilot Center file a flight plan. You know, they used to have a website dedicated um, strictly to filing flight plans, and I let my PilotEdge subscription lapse for about a year and a half, and I recently picked it back up. Have not been doing a lot of PilotEdge flights, but but I have not been able to find that website. So if you guys find it, put it in the comments below. All right, so I am flying November 286 Whiskey Foxtrot. And this is a PA 28 Piper. And we got G slant Golf, because we got that nice, pretty. We got, well, we do that GNSS. Okay. And the true airspeed of this guy is about 125, I think. It's a little bit faster than the Cessna. Departing KSMX. Put that all in caps. KSMX. Arrival is K Mojave, MHV, Mojave. Sound that out. And we're going east. East is odd, and we're VFR. So let's do. Shoot, I don't like to get up high in these aircrafts because I like to be able to see the ground. Let's do 7,500. But we might need to look at our map, make sure that we don't have any issues with 7,500. And K Tahachapi is going to be our alternate. Tahachapi, teaspoon. That makes it easy to remember. And we're going to go to Fellows. And KTSP as will be waypoints along our route. We'll fly over KTSP. Actually, will be two. Yeah, I think, let's see, KTSP has an elevation of 4,000, and if we fly actually between, yeah, I think we can make that work. Okay. And remarks. I like to say Rusty Sim. Rusty with ATC. Please be patient. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll use that and we'll go ahead and file a flight plan. Let's just look it over and yep. So and we're not gonna use custom weather. Yeah, okay. So we're going to file that. So let's turn the battery back off now. Back up. I don't want to turn. I can't turn the battery off without losing my flight plan that I just put in. So what I'm gonna do is go back to my flight plan and clear this message here and go ahead and save it. Store, and that should store this one as okay. So, but this is the one we want. So I got it stored so I can actually turn off the battery now and just reinstall it. I mean, re-import it. Okay, so battery is off. All right, circuit breakers are all pushed in. I don't think, yeah, the circuit breakers are modeled on this. I couldn't remember whether or not they were modeled or not, but they are. Yeah, good deal. So they are pushed in. Good thing we check. Alternate air is closed. And mixture level is off. Props. Let's see. Let me put my prop button on. Okay. And propeller is full forward. And throttle is full backwards. Okay. So yeah, we good to go here. And fuel tank, it says left, but and I'm gonna go with left, but in real life I would select the fullest tank, I think. That way, if I forget to change, I know I'm taxiing and starting on the fullest tank rather than just starting on the left and then having to remember to change. All right. So let's get the engine started. Beacon light. Let's go ahead and get that guy on. Beacon light is on, and we'll crack the throttle to about a 1/2 inch. And now we'll turn the battery back on. Okay, battery is on. And we want to push this prime button for a few seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Okay. So we should have a good prime. And let's clear prop, clear left and clear right. Clear prop. Alternator, and I wonder, does it tell us to lean for ground anywhere? Yeah, we'll go ahead and lean for ground. It may not tell us to, but no, we don't want to. Oh, well, it does right here. All right, so throttle is between 14 and 1500. Good at this 1200. Okay. And so I'm going to turn my volume up. Hope I don't feedback, but I can hardly hear the engine. Actually, I want to do a little bit, make sure it sounds okay. Yeah, they're okay. All right. And I never was able to start PilotEdge, was I? I have to work that out. Be right back. Okay, so that workout was fairly easy. What was happening was I was starting PilotEdge um, up under this guy here. So and this was a PA28, right? Um, PA28. And November 7/24, Foxtrot Whiskey. It's hard to see. November 7/24 Whiskey Foxtrot. That's what it is. All right. So let's connect.
Connected to PilotEdge.
And let's make sure we can get an ATC. I know I'm having some trouble with ATC. And it, let's get on. All right, that's on. And I don't know why I can't get ATC on COM2. Oh, I know why. That's 12215. And ATC is not 122, but 12115. Still not getting it. Alright. Let me work that out. Okay, so I believe I do have my radios worked out, and I think I am able now to get the ATC, which I have not got. So let me turn off COM2, turn the radio on, and now turn COM2 back on, and let's get our ATC.
Set.
Altimeter 3014. Arriving and departing runway 30. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact that you have information Yankee.
Yankee. Let's get the winds.
Santa Maria Public Airport, ATIS information Yankee. 1851 Zulu. Wind 280 at 3. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 14. Dew point 4. Altimeter.
Alright, so weather looks good. Winds 280 at 3, so winds are actually light and variable. Well, light. So usually, sometimes some systems don't even give you the winds unless they are greater than 4 knots. But anyway, I digress. Alright, so let's one thing I do like to do when I'm in the sim is I like to turn up these lights when I'm making a recording, that is, just so that you can see them better, because when they're down like this, you know, I know that trying to see these gauges can be a challenge. Alright, so let's get back through the checklist. Okay, so I got my checklist back up, and idle is throttle is set, gyro suction is between 4 and 5. That's checked. That looked good. Oil pressure, and I had trained myself to make sure my oil pressure had come up when I first started. Lately, I have not been looking, so I need to fix that. I just looked at the oil temperature. It looks good, and pitot heat. Let's turn the pitot heat on. And let's see. That's not the pitot heat. There it is right there. Alright. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for a change in amperage. Alright. So let's see. My amperage is right here. Pitot heat. Yep. That change. Okay, so pitot heat looks good. Amperage and cruise. I don't know why it says in cruise here. Okay. Oh, that's supposed to say increase in use. Increase use here. But yeah, I saw what I needed to say. Okay, and let's throttle down to about 1,000 here now. All right. Next, lean for ground, which I've already done. Yep. And GPS is on. Transponder. Let's go ahead and set that. And we set that to altitude report. Actually, it says they actually want me to set it to standby in this cell, so we're just going to set it to standby. And it wants to go to 1, so we just set it to 1. I think that's the 750 that's forcing it into the on position. Okay, and let's make sure all our radios are on. I think I did turn them all on except for this one. Shucks, I think I just hit a dent on the nav. Didn't mean to. And let's see, this guy here. Go on. And the ADF. Go on. And I'm not worried about the fans, but we're just turning it on low for whatever reason. Let me just see if that, I'm just curious to see if the fan affects the amperage. And I don't think they do. Nope. No effect on amps. I imagine in real life that would have some effect. Okay. Here's ICOM. So, yeah. DME and ADF is on. Instrument lights. I've already adjusted those. Cabin temperature and fan. I've already adjusted those. And configure all my radios and nav. Okay, so I am on PilotEdge, and once I configure the radios, then I am going to be able to hear the PilotEdge network chatter, which is pretty loud, so I'm going to hold that off at the moment. The altimeter was 3024. I'm sorry, 3014. So let's go ahead and set that guy. That's about right. And do a cross check. Field elevation is 212. Yep, looking good. All right. Actually, field elevation is 261. All right, so that would be 250, 260. Yeah, okay. Fix that. Fix my mistakes whenever I catch them, and I do make a lot of them. Sometimes when I go back and watch some of my videos, I might say runway. I might say the word runway when I mean taxiway and not even hear myself call it, because my mind is so far on to the next thing that I don't. Anyway, yeah. Heading bug set to runway alignment. Runway 30 is what we want, and I think this is heading 30. All right, and nav lights. Let's go ahead and turn those guys on. You'll see this stuff over here move. Actually, I didn't see it move, but there's something clicking. Nav lights, left wheel, rotate up. Okay, left wheel, which would be this one, and rotate up. Alright, so, but that's my, let's get in here. Let's see if we can get in here. Get in here and find out what's what. That's why I'm doing this in 2 parts. Didn't mean to hit that. Alright, so I got nav lights and RAD radio. But anyway, nav lights is one of these panels, right? And I'm not sure. Okay, I get it now. This is nav lights, no? these are my panel lights here. Anyway, I am not going to worry about that. I'm sure Just Flight knows how that works, or sometimes whoever did the chat list knows how it works. Request taxi. We don't have to request. Yeah, we do. We have to request taxi. All right, so let me go ahead and tune to ground. And actually, let me just flip that.
To runway 19 or TBM 25 Golf.
Tune this to tower. Should be tower.
Skyhawk 741 Whiskey Bravo, midfield downwind runway 29er.
And looks like we
So 1 Whiskey Bravo, runway 29er, clear for the option.
looks like we're gonna
Runway 29er, clear for the option, Skyhawk 1 Whiskey Bravo.
take Victor to
Sir 02 Whiskey, taxi to parking via Alpha and have a wonderful day.
Alpha Ram, stay with you, thanks for your help, 02 Whiskey, good day.
We're at the east ramp.
Also, ground Baron 413, Nana Quebec at Atlantic with uniform ready taxi VFR.
I can't help it, but I get a feeling of intrepidation whenever I'm about to
Sir
talk.
413 Nana Quebec, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 right, taxi via Bravo.
I'm gonna turn the radio.
31 right via Bravo through Nana Quebec.
Okay, so I should be ready to make my call. And the plan is to fly west. So which way am I going to depart? I want to depart to the west, to the northwest. So looks like when I depart, I'm going to turn left to the west. No. I am going to turn
Santa Maria Tower,
right.
76 November Golf, 11 miles to the north, full stop landing with Yankee.
3776 November Golf, Santa Maria Tower, report midfield right, downwind runway 30, thanks for Yankee.
Okay, somebody's coming.
Report midfield for runway 30, 76 November Golf.
Santa Maria ground. Error 286 Whiskey Foxtrot is at the east ramp, ready to taxi with Yankee, and we'll be departing to the west.
Whiskey Foxtrot, Santa Maria ground, runway 30, taxi at Alpha, thanks for Yankee.
Taxi via Alpha 286 Whiskey Foxtrot, runway 30.
4 Whiskey Alpha, just make sure I'm looking at the right aircraft. You're the Skyhawk.
Negative there. We're in a Piper error. 286 Whiskey Foxtrot. All right.
Palm Spring Tower, Baron 413, Nana Quebec ready for departure, 31 right.
Okay, so taxi.
413 under Quebec, Palm Springs Tower, request approved, runway 31 right, clear for takeoff.
And the lights are on.
311, 31
Park
right, clear for
brakes.
takeoff through Nana Quebec.
Lock my chair. Park brakes are released.
Monte Tower, TBM 25 Golf,
And
TBM
left brake
465
test.
Golf, ready for takeoff, runway 19.
Right brake test.
TBM 4625 Golf, Monte Tower,
Turn
runway 19, clear
indicators
for takeoff.
are working.
Clear for takeoff, runway 19 or TBM 4625 Golf.
All right. And we'll go to a run-up area and set our parking brake. Okay. Yahoo! Okay. And if I recall correctly, there is a run-up area down here, so So yeah, we should be good. All right, check for traffic. And we'll cross onto Alpha right here at Victor. Okay. We are officially up under the controller's control. All right. And got a little area here where I think we can go down here and do a quick little run up. Mag check or whatever we need to
Center
check.
9 Quebec here, later contact since departure.
Board the departure, 29 Quebec.
So 4625 Golf, contact SoCo departure, have a safe flight.
Switching to departure, TBM 4625 Golf. Thank you.
So, turn into the room, win, and set our brake. All right, brake is set. All right,
November 1 Whiskey Bravo, runway 29 clear for the option.
Mixture for rich.
Runway 29 clear for the option.
Throttle
1 Whiskey Bravo.
2000. So throttle up to 2000. That's close enough. All right, gyro suction is checked. Let's just check this off, even though it takes me a little bit longer when I check it off. Just the act of checking. Or pressure is checked, or temperature is checked. Ammeter is positive, checked. And fuel pressure is in the green. All right, annunciator buttons. What's that? Push. All right, looking good.
San Diego clearance
And
level, Walker
mag.
686 for southeast VFR departure to Brownfield at
Hold,
3500. Just
100.
210 stand Golf with information of car.
Mag look good. And mixture lean. And look for a drop. Yep, got that. Then for
Center
rich.
Tower 76, Summer Golf reporting midfield runway 30.
Okay, I don't want to lean it till it cut off. Okay. And then prop 4 back.
Golf, thank you, runway 30, clear land.
Okay,
30
manifold
clear to
pressure
land,
goes
November
up, RPMs come down. RPMs
Walker 1686.
drop to about 1100.
Clearance, just confirm this is a VFR departure to Brown.
And
VFR departure,
that works out.
southeast VFR departure 3500.
Turn off our alternator.
Walker 1686.
And amps go to 0. Yep. And back on. All right. And next page. All right. Alt air. And we want to open it. And I'm not sure what happened or what was supposed to happen, but we know our engine didn't change. And then we want to check make sure our fuels work. So I'm gonna turn on my fuel pump low, change that to, all right, and back, and we're good. Leave that fuel pump on for right now. And fuel pressure was still good. I actually didn't see any change. And we're gonna throttle back to 1000. All right. And so I'm happy with this. And full forward. Yep, happy with that. All right. And now we are ready
Walker 1686,
To go
clear out
before
of
takeoff.
Indigo Bravo
Okay,
airspace
max
after
on
departure.
both.
Flight heading 310, maintain
Okay,
VFR
battery
at below 3,000
is
kilopi.
on, alternator is
Departure
on,
frequency
close, heat as
119.6
required.
and squawk
In
6771.
parameters, everything is in the
On departure
green.
flight heading 310, maintain VFR
And
2000 or
flaps
below, contact departure
10 degrees.
119.66, squawk 6771, water
Alright, elevator
1686.
trim was set for takeoff and doors are closed and latched. Let's just make sure that we got our latch on.
Walker 1686, read back
Yep.
correct.
And latched. Yep, we are good to go. And controls are free and correct. All right. And so we can go up here and request takeoff. All right, so transponder can go to 1600. And let's turn that on. And collision lights, which is strobes, but we'll do that just before we take the runway. All right, because we don't want to get in the habit of turning them on now when there could be traffic coming down the runway and the collision lights temporarily blinding them. Just a courtesy thing.
Santa Maria 776, November Golf, clear runway 30.
Approaching runway 30.
So 1 Whiskey Bravo, runway 29, clear for the option.
Runway 29, okay for the option, Skyhawk 1 Whiskey Bravo.
All right.
Your 6 November Golf taxi departing via Alpha, pass to the Cap 4.
Out. Okay, that looked good. Transponder is on out. Oh, come on, come on. And the collision lights.
So 6 November Golf taxi departing via Alpha, pass to the Cap 4.
Hadn't come on yet.
DB Alpha to parking 76 November Golf.
Santa Maria Tower, Arrow 286 Whiskey Foxtrot is at runway 30, ready to depart to the west.
724 Whiskey Foxtrot, Santa Maria Tower, westbound departure approved, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff on westbound departure 286 Whiskey Foxtrot, runway 30. Okay.
Runway 3, enter runway 30. 7,900 feet remaining.
I'm trying to get myself in the habit of always
San
saying,
Luis Tower, Skyhawk 350, Papa Mike, 6 miles south to land with Mike.
all right, so this is complex.
So 350 Papa Mike, San Luis Tower, report 3 mile off base, runway 29er.
So let me turn
3
this
mile left
off.
base, runway 29er for Skyhawk 350, Papa Mike.
So mixture for rich, flaps 10 degree, aligned heading bug is not aligned, so let's get this aligned.
Skyhawk 1 Whiskey Bravo, for information, next one will be a full stop landing.
Lights,
1 Whiskey Bravo, roger.
camera, and action. Fuel pump is low. And we're on our takeoff roll.
Denver ground, Walker 1686 at GA parking, ready to
All
taxi.
right, 60 knots, rotate.
Walker 1686, Denver ground, runway 27, taxi via Charlie.
Positive rate, tap the
Runway
brake, gear up.
Charlie, 8.
Climb out at about 79 with flaps. Trim. You know what? I said westbound, and damn if I ain't going to the east. Santa Maria Tower, 286 Whiskey Foxtrot would like to amend departure instructions to the east.
Four Whiskey Foxtrot, Roger, left down departure east approved.
Left downwind departure to the east approved. 286 Whiskey Foxtrot, thank you.
There's sounds 24 Whiskey Foxtrot. I just want to confirm this is the same aircraft. I keep hearing 72 Whiskey Foxtrot or 728 Whiskey Foxtrot. Just confirm your actual call sign for me.
Roger that. I should be 286 Whiskey Foxtrot.
San Luis Tower, Skyhawk 350 Papa Mike, 3 miles left base, runway 29er.
Okay, flaps up.
350 Papa Mike, traffic is a Skyhawk just over the threshold, runway 29er, clear to land.
Cleared to land, runway 29er, looking for the traffic, Skyhawk 350 Papa Mike.
You know,
6 Whiskey Foxtrot, doesn't appear that's what you're connected to the network as. If you want to disconnect real quick and change that, you can.
Roger that. One moment, please.
San Luis ground, Kodiak 185 Victor Bravo is at the east hangars for east departure with Mike.
I can never get stuff just perfect. So always gotta run into
185 Victor Bravo, San Luis ground, runway 29er, taxi to Alpha.
PilotEdge.
Thanks for Mike. Say the direction of flight.
Let's see, now what did I put
Runway
in?
29 by Alpha, Kodiak 185 Victor Bravo.
Frank. I got, shucks. The thing
185
didn't
Victor
change.
Bravo, say direction of flight.
East departure, Kodiak 185 Victor Bravo.
There 1 Whiskey Bravo, taxi to parking via Juliet or Mike, your discretion, and monitor ground.
Disconnected.
Okay. And let's go ahead and engage our shucks, that ain't what I want. I want to turn this guy on. And turn this guy on nav. Right. Okay. And let's reconnect. PilotEdge connect. And November 286 Whiskey Foxtrot. Connect.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Ah, fuck, man, what the fuck is it going?
San Luis Tower, Skyhawk 350 Papa Mike, cleared, runway 29er at Fox Street.
Excuse my French, guys. But, oh man, let's see. Let me just kill the autopilot altogether.
Sierra Papa Mike, taxi to parking via Alpha, and have a wonderful day.
Taxi via Alpha to parking for Skyhawk 0 Papa Mike, thank you.
Fokker 1686, your radar contact, SoCal departure for safe flight.
SoCal departure, 686.
Map.
San Luis Tower, Kodiak 185 Victor Bravo, holding short runway 29.
Alright. CDI. It's
So
GPS.
185 Victor Bravo, San Luis Tower, left down departure, approved runway 29, clear for takeoff.
And heading.
Cleared for takeoff runway 29,
Nav.
downwind departure, Kodiak 185 Victor Bravo.
Skyhawk 1 Whiskey Bravo, request the status about the CAX 3 rating.
So maybe now I'll pick
There's
up
741
nav.
Whiskey Bravo, you're up past for the CAP 3.
Thank you very much, Skyhawk 1 Whiskey Bravo, bye-bye.
Okay, I'm going up to 75. And autopilot is on. Okay, I don't have any flight following on, so I shouldn't have to talk to ATC anymore. And roll that just slightly. Weather changed, but the reason for the roll, I was trying to center the ball, and so I'm in Los Angeles FAA airspace. Alright, so it's good to know. But either I'm crabbing with a wind or I'm not being directed. Well, let's see, let's try to move this back to center and see if it corrects my crab angle. No, I am not flying. And then this says GPS. Now one, right? So it's been a while since I've flown this guy, and I know that I always thought I had to have my heading on to fly the GPS. So let's see if I can't turn that right there. Turn heading on. And all right, so forget the GPS. All right, let's find the let's go to Fellows here and find the frequency 117. Pop that in and go back, and now let's fly the VOR to that. Let's fly VOR, and that's gonna be this button. Let's see, back, CDI, VOR, and get that lined up. And about 5.5 is our heading. And whoa, we are way over. So let's trim down. We're 500 feet above our altitude that we wanted to fly, right? Okay, so gotta remember to fly the airplane. All right, takeoff checklist, sign the runway flaps, Part taking off, park brake. So I'm gonna just, shucks, didn't mean to go past
Ground
that.
tower, Walker 1686, 4 mile northwest and bound to land wind formation Foxtrot.
I'm still trying to get still want to get down.
Order 1686 Brown Tower, report midfield right down runway 26 right.
Report mid downwind for runway 26 right to field. Walker 1686.
Alright, mixture. Let's pull that mixture back. 'Cause I know we need to do that. Let's see, we got.
Tower, good afternoon. Baron 413 Quebec, 4 miles to the east with Bravo, inbound for
I'm
landing.
looking at my EGT down in right here to find my best mixture
413
setting.
Quebec, join final runway 26 off clear to land.
And
Land 26 through Quebec.
give us some
Walker
power
1686, have you in sight, runway 26
to
right, clear to
arrest
land.
that descent.
Clear to land 26 right, Walker 686.
Those come up. And let's see. I think on about what 25 and 20 and 30. All right. So now let's trim. Boy, I'm having a hard time finding my 7,500 feet and holding it. And I said I was going to do this in 2 parts, and lo and behold, I forgot. All right, mixture for, let's see, we're on climb right now.
John Bain Tower, Delta Echo Romeo Sierra Lima, few miles, 20 miles west, no, 7 miles west, heading 4 miles Square Park.
Delta Echo Romeo Sierra Lima, John Wayne Tower, Roger, report over Miles Square Park, you expect a right base for runway 20 right.
Check this. All right, so I am done with ATC until I get to my
over Miles Square
destination.
Park and right base runway 20 right.
I'm gonna go
Delta
to
Echo Romeo Sierra Lima.
125.5.
Air 39 Quebec, XL left enable, taxi to Park Via Sierra, have a wonderful day.
Oh, shucks, didn't mean to do that.
Parking by Sierra, do not Quebec, thanks for your help today.
5.5. Backspace, 5.5. Enter. All right, so I should be in Los Angeles. Let's see, airspace, and we just monitor this. Unless we don't hear anything, then we go to try to look for Joshua approach. I hope I don't have my iPad on. Nope, it's not on. Okay, so we're trying to get the fellows. And I'm trying to get to okay, there we go. I'm trying to get the fellows, and I'm trying to get to 7,500 and hold it. And I'm climbing at 100 feet a minute, so that would give me, that would slow things up, slow enough for me to figure out what's my next move. Okay, so my next move is Tehachapi. My next move is Tehachapi Airport, Municipal. And I don't have any nav aids that's going to show me exactly where that's at, except for the GPS, which for some reason the GPS won't fly. Right now I'm flying a inbound radio of 060. Is that right? The, let's see. I'm Baron 2. I'm flying a Baron of 055. Baron 2 radio from. So yeah, or if I was on a radio, it'd be roughly 23.235 radio to the fellows VOR. Okay, so I'm not hearing any ATC. So, oh, you know why? I didn't flip it in. Oh, darn it.
Welcome 169, contact Las Vegas Tower, 119.9 of here.
Okay.
119.9 or 169.
That fixes that. All right. Now, L88, that's, that should be over here somewhere. Maybe I can see it. But, I'm a guesstimate that I am going to need to. I am going to need to change. In fact, I need to fix my getting a little drift here. I'm gonna need to fix fly heading of roughly 080 once I cross this VOR to stay on course. And the 080 is mainly just a guess. And what I'm actually, if you're wondering what I'm doing now, I'm actually looking to see if I can't see that VOR on the ground. Because yes, the VORs and stuff like that are modeled in the sim. At least they are in X-Plane. And I don't see it. Let's see. Yes, nose is pointed right at it. So maybe it just hadn't populated.
Approach Skyhawk
in.
733 Echo Victor, we're going to descend down to 3000.
So, yeah, so
Echo Victor, thank you. Contact Palm Street Tower 119.7.
let's see. The auto
Tower
can populate.
119.7. Skyhawk 733 Echo Victor, have a good one.
VOR should come in with the auto gen.
4 miles for flight. Turn right heading 240.
Turn right heading 240, TBM 25 Golf.
25 Golf, maintain 5,000 until established localized equivalent.
Well, I'm over top of it now, so
Maintain 5,000 until
I
established.
didn't
Clear
see
for the
it.
localizer. 27 approach, TBM 25 Golf.
Well, I'm not quite over top of it, so still maybe a chance to see it. Let's see. Can't see it this way. I don't see it. And let's look for it one more time. Guys, see it down there? I can't. Maybe I can't look down. No, can't look down.
My mind flighting 010 and vector visual approach only 19 right. Alright, 010, we'll expect the
Should
visual
be a
19
road.
range, 715 Mike.
But I don't see the VOR. And I have seen it a long time ago in this sim. And I was shocked. But you know, right now I've got.
My flighting 020, report to airfield inside 12 o'clock 20 miles.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
020, we'll expect
I'm only
report to airport site.
a couple thousand to what, about 3,000 feet above the ground. So yeah, should be able to see it. Oh well. So we, as you can see, we are on top of it now, and so I am going to change to my heading, and then I'm gonna look at my. I'm gonna try to adjust manually for the. Man, I'm back up to 8,000. Let's see, I'm up to 8,000. Get down. Get down. $700 a minute descent, and put that power back, because as it pick up speed, it wants to. As it pick up speed, that nose wants to come up. Okay. Get rid of that. So it's amazing how quickly, just seemingly divert my attention to something else real quickly can cause me to lose the situation awareness that I want to keep. All right, so 150 to go. To go. Okay, grab my yoke and level.
Las Vegas approach 115 Mike Mike, still negative contact on the airport.
Mike, Roger, descend and maintain 7,000. It's just to the right of 12 o'clock there and 4 miles.
Okay, descend 7,000 and still looking to 115 Mike, thanks.
Okay. Manifold pressure is, let's see, let's get that. I used to know what I wanted on the manifold pressure on this airplane. And 28, I think, is a good number. 23 on the RPMs look good. Pretty good in trim finally. But I do need to put
Thank you. Contact number tower 118.3. Have a go.
my
Switching tower 118.3 for TBM 250.
altimeter in my scan, because if I don't, then
Biggest approach,
I'll look up and I will have lost 500 feet before I know it, or gained 500 feet for that matter.
Approach, runway 19 right to 15 Mike.
So I'm trying to make little micro adjustments on the trim, and as you can see now, I've got a 100 feet per minute ascent, which is oscillating between 100 descending and 100 ascending. So hopefully it'll settle out if there are no winds at 0. Okay, so let's go back, check our course, do a little course correction here. So we're going to take our heading and go 5 degrees. That was 3, 4, 5 degrees to the left, and see if that don't correct our course. And basically, since I don't have any nav aids to fly to, I'm just kind of flying, just following the GPS magenta line. All right.
My contact Las Vegas Tower 119er, correction 118.75.
118.75, simplify Mike.
All right. Now, something that I should have did a long time ago was check my fuel. So I am going to switch fuel tanks and turn my fuel boost off. So my fuel booster is already on. So I can go ahead and switch to the right. I'm supposed to switch roughly every 15 minutes, or actually every 15 minutes. All right. So I've switched to the left. I can turn the fuel pump off. No drop in fuel pressure, and I'm good. All right. Everything is in the green. And we cruising along with 100, roughly 114 indicated. Maybe, yeah, 114 indicated. Let's see, so if this is 120, 130, 140, and so forth and so on. And these are knots. Now, I've seen this, and maybe these are kilometers. You know, this number here, this 129. Just not sure.
At maintain 1000, Las Vegas altimeter 3022.
Okay. Let's see, so unless I look at my iPad, which says I've got 121 ground, and I'm indicating 120, then I'm sorry, what am I indicating? I'm indicating 115. So looks like I may have roughly a 4-knot tailwind or so. Just a little of a tailwind. And I should adjust this guy here. All right. Here I am. I never turn my lights off. But it never fails that I tend to abandon my, okay, my lights are off, my landing lights are off. It never fails that I tend to abandon my checklist somewhere along the line. All right, so I'm in cruise, so let's open up a cruise checklist. Let's check this. Cruise. All right. And I know it's hard to see, so I don't expect you guys to really be able to see this real well, because it's hard for me to see unless you're watching on a 55 or 65 inch 4K TV monitor, which I think the film was great in that on those monitors. Okay, so prop 2200. I'm at 2300, so I'm gonna leave it at 2300 just to fly a little faster. Inches of mercury or manifold pressure is 29 to 31, and I'm actually at just a little bit under, so I can add a little manifold pressure. that gives me a fuel flow closer to 16 as opposed to 50. My fuel flow is right here, and this is 14 gallons per hour, and that's 50 gallons per hour. Maybe at 20 gallons per hour, roughly. All right. Okay. Max E. Oh man, look at my EGT. So let me go all the way to 4. Bring it down until it peaks. Okay, it's peaking right here. Now, if I keep going down, then I'm leaning, so I'd be lean a peak. Or if I push it back up, then I'd be rich a peak. So I'm gonna go for lean a peak. That we may lose a knot or two, and that actually is, let's see, I'm watching my vertical speed indicator to see what effect that has. And as you can see, the trend I think is downward, so I'm gonna trim up ever so slightly. And with that done, I am gonna adjust my heading. Let's see, let's do 5 degrees to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the left, that is. And check my lean, because it looks like, yeah, okay. My mixer again. Fuel pump is off. Oil pressure and fuel flow is in the green. Gyro suction is within parameters. Oil pressure is in the green. Oil temperature is in the green. Ammeter is either positive or negative. It's yeah, it's positive. Yeah, 0 is what, yeah. Fly so many aircraft that sometimes, and it's been a while, and I do mean a while since I've flown this one. Okay, so let's make sure that we don't have a bad bub on this guy. Nope, everything is working as it should. And this reminds me to change to a different approach frequency. 133.65 is what I want. Joshua approach. 133.65. Transfer that in. And let's trim up a little bit. And see what effect that has. We still got more gas in the right tank than left, so we're good on our tanks. And now I am gonna try one more time to see if I can get this guy. Well, you know what? I think I got to have the G530 installed in order for this particular aircraft to fly the GPS. So yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. However, Mojave has a a small, let's see, I'm looking at my map and I do see a VOR for Mojave. So if I fly, once I get the Tehachapi, then if I fly towards that VOR, then that should turn me toward the airport, and that VOR frequency, that's the Edwards VOR, and that frequency looked like it's 1164. And incidentally, guys, I'm looking at that on the iPad. Okay, so yeah, so this is where I'm at, and then once I get the Tehachapi and I fly towards that VOR, it ought to fly me directly towards Mojave. I'm hoping that you can see that. So I need to put in 1164 here. And I can actually go ahead and flip that in. I haven't picked it up yet. And the other thing that I really need to double check is that make sure that I'm not going to have any controlled flight into terrain or CFIT. Flight into terrain, a controlled flight into terrain. So I need to find out how high these mountains are, and the mountains look like they're roughly at 5292 at that peak, and that looked like the highest peak in my path. I do see a peak at 6900, so my 7500 should be okay. The elevation at Tehachapi is 4000, so I should be okay. And let's fix this, and then just looking at the map here, looks like I need to dial my heading back to the right just a touch, maybe 2 degrees or so. Let's make it 3 degrees, and let's see if that put us on a perfect course. Maybe 1 or 2 more degrees. Let's try 2 degrees. And that's 0.75. And let's do 1 more degree. No. I think 0.75 is a good heading for the moment. All right, so still checking. So we did level out straight and narrow. I'm gonna give it just, well, I think I'm trimmed at a good altitude. Doesn't seem to be losing or dropping. Not exactly on the 7,500 feet, but I'm well within 100 feet either way. So I can live with that. Speed looked a little bit slow. Yeah, speed looks like I'm doing what, 110? No, 105 knots. And that looked a little bit slow to me, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see. 116 knots over the ground, and this message is for fuel. To remind me to change fuel. Now I thought I'd switch to Joshua approach, but I don't hear anything. 133.65. And let's see, is there another approach frequency that I should use? Looks like I'm seeing some traffic, at least on the iPad. So look for some incoming traffic. Should be somewhere below me. And the problem with traffic and spots on the screen is the little spots on the screen can look like traffic. If any of you guys ever flown the sim and looked out for and been looking for traffic, then you know what I mean. Okay, looks like it's over in front of me, and I'm actually looking at the traffic on the iPad. This one is 3,600 feet below me, and this one is 171, 17,000 feet above me. So one is not a factor. The other one just crossed in front of me. I don't see it. So yeah. Don't see that traffic. All right. But they shouldn't be a factor anymore. All right, so I'm going to go 1 degree on the head and to the right. Let's see, I'm not seeing traffic on this guy. Let's see, I got airspace in 10 minutes. And the GPS in this aircraft does not support the traffic. And I do need a updated altimeter read, because high to low, look out below, which means that if I'm perking along at 3020, 3013, and the altimeter is actually 2995 now, then I run the risk of flying directly into terrain. So fortunately, I can look at my iPad again and get my nearest altimeter, which is 3013, so I should be pretty good. And the iPad is grabbing weather information, IRL weather information in real life now. Hopefully everything is mashing up so that I won't fly into terrain. See fit. All right. So, part 2 of the cruise checklist. Open checklist. Cruise. All right, 1 of 2. 2 of 2. If outside, I went away. Let's do it this way. Let's get the solid one. All right, then let's go to the one that we want. Next. Previous. All right. If outside air temperature is less than 2 degrees, then pitot heat should come on. So I should have a thermometer somewhere, and I'm showing what, 35 degrees roughly on the outside air temperature, so I don't have to worry about pitot heat. And no icing conditions, so yeah. Switch fuel every 15 minutes. I'm still on the right tank, and I may even be able to land on that right tank because I took off and burned a lot of fuel on that left tank. So I'm actually working to correct a fuel imbalance. Okay, so my power settings and power and for power and what do you call it? Mercury inches of mercury of manifold pressure. So I'm at 8,000 roughly, and if the altimeter was 2992, let's see. How does this read? 8,000, and I'm not sure how to read this. 29. Okay, maybe this is maybe the 29 is the maybe the 29 is the manifold pressure, and 2200 would be my RPMs. So yeah, so look like I'm pretty close on the money. Maybe add another 100 to the manifold pressure. That should help us actually pick up a little speed. Next waypoint is 14 nautical miles away. And let's just brief ourselves on our descent. Okay, descent speed is 110 knots. RPMs is 2400, and we need to readjust power every 1500 feet or so. And this, what we have here is pretty much our glumps check for the most part. Mixture for rich, prop 2400, and power just pitot heat on. I'm not sure why we want to turn our pitot heat on, but I guess it's just good practice, and just in case, right? All right, so should be able to see Tehachapi coming into view pretty soon. Let's see, fuel pressure is green. Fuel flow is between 10 and 16 gallons. Gyro section is within parameters. Oil pressure and oil temperature are in the green. Altimeter is positive, and so we haven't actually got that to that point yet, but it didn't hurt to actually take a look. Now, I don't want to fly over the airport because I want to make sure that I stay out of the traffic pattern of other pilots. So this is on the fly between this airport and I am not seeing Tehachapi. Let's see where Tehachapi is there basically there are two airports. You can see them here on the thing here, and this is the one I think with the dual runway. Or maybe this is Tehachapi. So let's kill this guy. No, that's okay. There's Tehachapi. There it is. All right, so let's get back in the cockpit here and fly between these. So, oh man, look at my altitude. See how I pick up that altitude? All right, it's my aircraft. And the Tehachapi is right here. This is that airport. Tehachapi, right? I don't know what it's called, but as soon as I get to Tehachapi, then I want to fly the VOR, and so let's line the VOR up now. Thank you, Happy Help. The iPad just reminded me that I need to put in my frequencies for my destination, and I sit here and do things, and all of a sudden go, oh man, now I'm under the gun to do things that I could have did when I had plenty of opportunity to do it. Okay. So
1 Victor, contact Las Vegas Tower, 11 enter, point niner.
119 at 9 on November 5 Victor.
Mojave Information Whiskey. 1900 Zulu.
Recall departure, Walker 1686, 1100, climbing 4000.
Dew point minus 1.
Walker 1686, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 6000.
Departing runway 04.
Climb and maintain 6000, 1686.
Mojave Information Whiskey.
whiskey.
1900 Zulu weather. Wind calm.
Calm.
Visibility more than 10. Sky clear.
Clear.
Temperature 9. Dew point minus 15. Altimeter 2992.
2992.
Arriving runway 04. Departing runway 04.
04.
Advise on initial contact, you have whiskey.
Whiskey. All right. So we got the altimeter, and that's 2992 for Mojave. So let's get that dialed on in. And let's fly the nav. Be locked. Okay. And let's turn our autopilot on the nav. Engage it. mighty close to the other set of runways. All right. So I'm only 2 miles. I'm only 9 miles, 17 miles, nautical miles from Mojave. Okay. And I can start that descent. So, what was our number? It's 2,400 RPMs. Mixture and prop for rich. Or prop 2,400 mixtures for rich. Yeah, so airport is in sight, and I need to tune to that frequency. What I got? 127.6. 127.6 to that. And I am 11 miles out. Arrow 286 Whiskey Foxtrot. And I'm inbound from the west. All right. Get all that sorted out. And I'm expecting 04. So let me brief my runways at 04.
Boundary ground, Golf Oscar Alpha Romeo Charlie, QNH 3012, request radio check.
Alright, so.
Call 7, Skydier 505. The 511 Victor, where are you parking?
I request parking at fire station November 511 Victor.
Mojave ground, Arrow 286 Whiskey Foxtrot, inbound from the west for a stop, and we have whiskey. I'm sorry, Mojave Tower, 286 Whiskey Foxtrot.
Whiskey Foxtrot, Mojave Tower, no problem. Report midfield right down runway 26.
We'll report midfield right downwind, runway 26, 286 Whiskey Foxtrot. Okay, so.
John Wayne Tower, Sky 734 November Alpha, 20 left at Golf.
The 4 November Alpha taxi to the ramp via Alpha and monitor ground. Have a wonderful day.
4 November Alpha going to the rim and I'm on to ground. Thank you very much.
Mojave Tower, 286 Whiskey Foxtrot, verify. Was that right downwind or left downwind?
Six Whiskey Foxtrot, right downwind for runway 26.
Right downwind, runway 26, 286 Whiskey Foxtrot.
Sir 511 Victor, taxi to the fire station via
All right,
Alpha
glumps.
4,
Okay.
Charlie 4, Charlie.
Gas.
Cross runway 26 right at Alpha 4.
Lights.
Taxi to Ohio Station via Alpha 4, Charlie, Golf, cross runway
Mixture
26 right at
and
Alpha
prop.
4, November 5 orbit.
Elevation is 2,800, so 3,800 is pattern.
Golf Oscar Alpha Romeo Charlie, request radio check.
So we'll do 1,000 feet per minute descent to get down to pattern.
Romeo Tower, Cessna 164 Yankee, clear runway 27.
024 Yankee, taxi to parking via Alpha. Have a great day.
Taxi the Alpha 164 Yankee.
Undercarriage.
Golf Oscar Alpha Romeo Charlie, reading you 5x5 also. I've got information November and would request taxi for a VFR departure.
Mixture. Undercarriage. Mixture and props.
Golf Oscar Alpha Romeo Charlie, San Luis ground, runway 29, taxi via Alpha.
Say again, Golf Romeo Charlie.
Golf Alpha, correction, Golf Oscar Alpha Romeo Charlie, runway 29er, taxi via Alpha.
Right.
Runway 29er, taxi via Alpha. Golf Oscar Alpha Romeo Charlie.
Okay, that's okay.
Hawthorne ground, it says the 67657 at Southeast Ramp. Taxi with Charlie, request flight following to Fullerton KFUL at 3,500.
All right, so we're at 3,800 now.
John William clearance, bearing November 7613 Zulu, but diaphragm to Palomar Airport.
Sir 7613 Zulu. John Wayne clearance, stand by. 255 Whiskey Tango, Montgomery ground, stand by.
Mojave Tower, 286 Whiskey Foxtrot, midfield.
Whiskey Foxtrot, runway 26, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 26, 286 Whiskey Foxtrot. All right, so got my landing instructions. Let's see. So we got the descent, altimeter, and don't want to get too low, right?
255 Whiskey Tango, go ahead, climb.
Okay. Fuel pressure check. Fuel pressure zone gyros check. Altimeter. Okay. Next, and land.
255 Whiskey Tango, Montgomery ground, go ahead, set to across.
Prop 2500. And we'll go ahead and turn base here. And 26 is our.
Whoever's transmitting, all I'm receiving is a carrier signal. There is no correction. Whoever's transmitting, all I'm receiving is carrier signal, no audio.
Alright, so I see 26. Alright, that's a good thing.
For 7613 Zulu, John Wayne clearance, clear to Palomar Airport after departure. Fly heading 175.
2800 is.
Radar vectors, Victor 23, file. Maintain 5,000. Departure frequency 128.1. Squawk 5123.
Alright.
Clear to Palomar Airport.
Gears down, flaps are in.
Vectors to Victor 23, maintain 5,000. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 5123. 120.
730 Zulu, read back track.
Oh man.
Hawthorne ground, says the 67657
I got
radio.
traffic. Is that a drone?
Calling Hawthorne ground, you're About 4x5. Actually, it'd be 5x4.
So I
Thank
think
you.
that might be a drone, so I'm at Norm.
Going clear, Oscar Alpha Romeo Charlie, loaded short runway 29 and ready for departure.
All right, they called it a great landing.
Approaching runway
Golf Oscar Alpha Romeo Charlie Sunrise Tower runway 29 clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff runway 29, Golf Oscar Alpha Romeo Charlie.
Okay, Delta.
Cleared Southwest Southwest 3607, like how far up to San Jose.
Southwest 3607, building clearance, clear to San Jose International Airport, OS 2 departure, chorus, transition is filed, climb and maintain 4,000, expect
Okay,
flight level
FLTT.
34010 minutes after departure.
Flaps,
Departure frequency 134.2, S block 5072.
lights, strobes off.
Southwest 3607,
Landing
clear to
lights
San
will
Jose.
stay on.
Shore 2 departure to Corres,
Nav
filed
come
4,000,
off,
340
taxi
10 minutes.
on,
Departure
taxi.
34.25072.
Southwest 3607, read back correct, expect runway 15.
We'll expect
And
15, thanks, 3607.
There is 286 Whiskey Foxtrot, taxi to the ramp via Charlie and monitor ground.
taxi to ramp via Charlie. Will monitor ground. Thank you for the service. 286 Whiskey Foxtrot.
Hawthorne ground Cessna 67657 at Southeast Ramp. Taxi with Charlie. Request flight polling to Fullerton KFUL at 3,500.
So where's Charlie? That's Alpha. So this is Charlie. And this is standby. What is ES, enable ES? I don't know. Okay, so where is the museum?
Waiting for I-5 rating Golf number 5 hold.
There's 255 Whiskey Tango, Montgomery Tower. If you're looking for flight following, you want to contact clearance delivery with a request. Do you have a frequency?
Do not have that frequency, and I'm at Hawthorne in Los Angeles County.
Can confirm that the call sign is 255 Whiskey Tango.
Wrong. Sorry.
John Wayne clearance, Skyhawk 385, Papa Echo.
Higher 511 Victor, stand by. Calling John Wayne clearance, stand by. There's 67657 Hawthorne ground.
Okay, guys.
Advisories to Fullerton.
Let me turn this radio off.
Say again. 657.
657, just confirm you're looking for...
Station Whiskey. 1900 Zulu weather.
Correct. Flight call.
Let's see.
Wind
I don't,
Airport VFR at 3.
don't really know how to turn it off. Let's see. Let's try this guy here. There we go. Let's just turn the volume down. Let's see. So I want to see if this works.
Squawk 3323.
Affirmative.
And taxi instructions, please.
Actually, it's working. I never knew that worked. Okay. All right. So let's shut down. All right. And after landing, flaps full in, props full forward, mixture lean for ground, and fuel pump off, and pitot heat. I never turned on. I don't think. Yep, I did. Okay, no, this is off here. See, now which is off? Yeah, this is off. It says off. Okay, pitot heat is off, and We've cleared the runway. Strobe lights are off. Transponder is on standby. Clock timer never set. All trims and elevators can go to neutral. So let's go ahead and do that. Set that up for the next flight. That looks good. And parking brake is oh, that's after clearing runway, but yeah. All right, shutdown. Throttle 1,000. All right, flaps full up. Yep, that's done. GPS. I actually can't turn that one off. Transponder. I guess we can turn that off, right? All right, transponder is off. And radios, let's turn our radios off. Start with that one. And the KX 1758 can go off. And the nav radio can go off. That would be the KX. The DME radio can go off. DME would be this one. And where's the off button? Let's see. There we go. And the ADF is off. Okay. And prop for forward. That's mixture. Prop is for forward. Mixture disengage and cut off. And throttle forward backwards. Prop forward backwards. Max can go off. And let's turn all these lights off. I always leave my beacon on. And let's close our fuel tank. We still got a little bit more in the right tank, so we did land on the correct tank. But we'll go ahead and turn that off. Yep, so check all this stuff off. And timer and clock alternate error is closed. And altimeter alternator goes off. And just turn that off. This was my alternator. Alternator's off. Fuel pump is off. All external lights are off. Nav lights on the wheel rotate down. Okay. And let's turn these back off. Instrument lights are unlit. Pitot heat is off. Autopilot is off. And let's go ahead and turn this back to heading. Alright. Cabin fan switch. Let's turn that back. Let's see, I think I turned that on. Yeah, that's off in the middle. Alright. Cabin vent switch, I never touched that. And battery can go off, which is this guy over here. And let's get out of this. Let me out. All right. A door open thing here. Yeah, there we go. All right. And I didn't really take any bags. And get out. Get out. Get out. and close the door once I'm out. Well, this will work. All right, that works. Okay, and I guess we'll chalk it and call it a day. Thanks, guys, for flying along with me. I enjoyed you. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it turned out to be a long flight. I am not going to split the video up because since I forgot to split it, then I didn't make an intro to introduce the second half, so it just wouldn't look. It would look funky splitting it, starting it in the middle. Anyway, so until next time.
Y'all come back now. Cheers.